grandfather clock.
What was that?
I hear a grandfather clock.
Yes, you do.
Yep, you hear the grandfather clock. You're absolutely right. Welcome to the Tom Barnard Podcast, brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com with
Andy Barnard.
And Kristyn Burtt.
Kristyn Burtt. Entertainment News is brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. What is the latest, sister?
So much. When we were talking on Wednesday, I said, hey, let's go and talk about sitcoms for my day at Universal. Because I said, I feel like sitcoms are making a little bit of a comeback, which is nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Because comedy has been, especially that 30-minute format, has been kind of off the roster. And we know that NBC has a very rich history when it comes to sitcoms. If you remember, must-see TV, of course, the era of Seinfeld and Cosby Show and Family Ties and all of that. They're hopefully trying to create that. The big show that they're promoting for the fall is a show called Newlyweds. It is executive produced by Jamie Lee Curtis. She also has a recurring guest star, and then it stars Téa Leoni and Tim Daly. A lot of people will know them from Madam Secretary. They starred in that show together. And then after they starred in that show together, they got married in real life. And they decided to go and star in a show again together. And they did a live read of the pilot for us, which was really kind of fun on the actual set. It is a multi-camera sitcom. So that means that they are trucking in audiences. So if you're in LA, you can go watch a taping, which is super fun. And, it's going to be on Friday nights, but, the hope is eventually that they move a block of like that classic Thursday night sitcom again. They used to have that whole block of like 8 to 10 p.m.
Well, it's so great because basically Thursday night became the beginning of the weekend, even though you had to work on Friday.
It's true. Like you would sit there and you'd watch Cosby Show and To Family Ties. And there were always a couple of other shows like Cheers at one point, maybe on Thursday night, if I'm correct. Or maybe it was Tuesday nights. So let me know. I'm sure Margaret knows.
Yes.
But yeah. But that I thought was great. That will also be filmed in Los Angeles. They will also have a single camera show coming up as a mid-season replacement in February. And that one is called Sunset PI. And it follows a PI and his investigative team who are kind of past their prime in Hollywood. And it's pretty funny. So we saw a clip of that as well.
Cheers was Thursday nights. So
it was Thursday. Okay, great. So it was part of that big block.
You know what's amazing about that? I don't even know what channel it's on. It might be on, I don't know, YouTube or one of those. There's a guy that goes through all of the years of the flop shows.
Oh, there's a lot of flop shows out there.
There's a lot of flop shows. But it's interesting. Some of them had some pretty big stars in them, which was very unusual. I mean,
absolutely, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's shocking to see when that happens. You're like, wait. But a lot of actors, George Clooney really didn't have a huge career until he landed on ER. Yes, he was on Facts of Life before that.
Yeah.
But if you look at all of his projects before then, it was a lot of flops. Matthew Perry was another one with a lot of flops. Jennifer Aniston, a lot of flops before Friends.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what people like and what they don't. Oh, I got to be honest with you, though. I'm a big TV guy. I love watching television. But I don't remember many of those shows. But I suppose, excuse me, back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, you go on through, I was working about 12, 14 hours a day. So I really didn't see much TV back in those days.
And now you have it all at your access thanks to, fast television stations and streaming. You can go back and watch it.
Do you have any particular ones that you really like that I might maybe want to jump on?
I mean, I always feel like the classics. I mean, were you able to watch all of the Cosby Show? Despite despite Cosby's horrible reputation in real life, his work on screen was
still
incredible
a good show.
during that series. Great show.
Yeah.
Family Ties was a great show. I mean, the genius of Michael J. Fox, who was so young at the time, he was in his 20s, and doing, there's certain seasons he was doing double duty, filming Back to the Future and Family Ties at the same time is kind of unbelievable.
And wasn't he relatively young at the time too?
Yeah, he was in his 20s.
Yeah.
Yep. He looked younger, so but
He always did look really young.
yeah.
Let's see, Family Ties started in '82. Michael J. Fox was born in '61, so he was only 21.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was still college age at the time when that started.
And his comedic timing is like impeccable on that show.
This
So
will
good.
probably date me quite a bit, but a big part of life at that time on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, you would, come home after work and get everything straightened away, hop in a shower, sit down, and watch a couple of sitcoms, and then you'd go out for the night after you watched your sitcoms.
Yeah. And that's a kind of a fun way to unwind from the day, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it was. It was great, as a matter of fact. No question about it.
Well, that's what we do. Is we start watching things at like 9:30 when we're certain the children are asleep. Mm-hmm. So that's like our last hour of the day. Is watching some TV. And lately it's been Modern Family, which that show aged very well, I must say. I mean, it's not that old. When did it start? Like mid 2000s, 2009. So it's only what 17 years old, but it's still relatively old. That's, if you were born when it started, you're almost 18 already. So,
Jaden just asked if Leonardo DiCaprio got to start on Family Ties. He got to start on Growing Pains. That was another one with
Oh,
Alan
yeah.
Thicke.
Yep.
That was a big one. I don't feel like that one holds up the same way that
no, you never hear anyone talk about it.
No, it was kind of there was if you go back and look too, Tracy Gold, who played the sister on that show, there were a lot of fat jokes on that, and she wound up developing a real life eating disorder. And the writers
Oh.
kept writing in a lot of fat jokes about her character. I mean, it was awful. If you go back and look, you're like, oh, and she was never fat. Never
Well,
fat.
No.
it lasted
Right.
7 years, so it did pretty well. I know nothing about it.
It was of its time, but I don't think it's a classic the way
Yeah.
that Cosby, Cheers, Seinfeld, like the
Right.
Friends, all of those. And there's always moments that don't hold up because times change. But
I have a question for you. Do you guys think that? Oh, by the way, I should mention that Catherine and Alex are taking care of some family deals. They're not issues. They're good, positive things about back to school and all that. So they won't be on the show today. But we got a lot of people on the show. We got Kristyn's on the show, of course. Timmy Lammers going to be on. Then some big thuggy looking cop's going to be on later. I don't remember his name.
Dave's coming by, huh?
He's coming
Dave's
back.
coming by,
Yeah,
yep.
he's not doing his traffic school job for a few weeks for whatever reason. So I was like, you should come on in then.
Yeah, that's great.
So my question is this, because I've never even thought about this until we started talking about the old shows and the ones that did well and the ones who didn't. I mean, radio is in fallout collapse. There's no question about it. Everybody's getting fired. Radio is just basically gone away completely. But television will survive that, I would assume.
Yeah,
Do you think?
television will survive it. We don't know what it's going to look like. If we sit here
Yeah.
in 5 years, I don't think we're going to be able to predict what this looks like. But everyone's been, and we've even said it here on the show, like broadcast is dying, but it's not dying. In the last year, we've seen a really nice bounce in terms of scripted shows. Gen Z is leading the way on this because they're saying, hey, we want 22 episodes. We don't
Yeah.
want 8 episodes. And they're discovering a lot of the procedurals or a lot of the shows that have, 8, 9, 10 seasons and 22 episodes to go back and look at. So I'm interested to see if that will be reflected in streaming a little bit more. We're seeing it with The Pit. The Pit is saying, hey, we're going to do 15 episodes per season. That makes a difference. If they can lead the way on that, we may see at least an expanded season for streaming.
The reason that popped into my head is I just had a doctor's appointment I went to today, and I was, kind of hanging out and talking to everybody in the lobby and just having a good time and all the rest of it. And one of the women behind the counter said, Tom, I really missed the show. I really don't understand why they did what they did. And I said, well, radio, is dying, unfortunately. And she said, the weird part of it is that I listened to your show for my whole life, because I was on there for 37 years. I listened to your show for your whole life. Then I found out you were no longer there. So I went over to KWB to listen to Dave Ryan, and then he wasn't there any longer. He had gotten fired as well, or maybe not gotten fired, but released, I suppose, is what that's all about. So, I mean, that changed everything completely for radio's never going to make a comeback. I just don't see how they possibly could.
Yeah, it's interesting too because you have the creatives who have been here for so long. You have all of your radio personalities, and they're a part of your day. That's the other
Yeah.
thing. So you get
Yep.
up and you turn on the radio. You're driving to work or you're carpooling the kids. With late night, even though a lot of us aren't watching it, there are some people that is their way to unwind. They're
Yep.
watching one of the Jimmys or anything else like that. And you start to disrupt some of these things that are comfortable and familiar. And it really is a bummer, to be honest. We
It
can
is,
say,
yeah.
because people are like, why is The View still on the air? We may not watch it, but there are plenty of people that is their comfort show at 11
Yeah.
a.m. And I'm finding that the way they're taking away our radio personalities and going, we're just going to use an AI voice, that doesn't help anyone who consumes any type of entertainment.
No, not at all.
It doesn't. The world is chaotic. We want someone to just kind of, that voice. You go, oh yeah, there's Tom, there's Dave, there's Ryan Seacrest.
Right.
They may not be your cup of tea, but they are somebody's cup of tea. And I hate
Yeah.
that they're taking things away. And CBS is seeing the consequences of taking away Stephen Colbert. Again, may not be your cup of tea, but they are seeing a huge decline in ratings because there were people that Stephen Colbert was their cup of tea.
Yeah.
I think the big issue is that people like that, especially people who have been on the air for 30, 40, 50 years, they're used to the line going up, 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 and getting another $1 million pay increase every single year. And the line has been going down for quite some time, but their salaries are not going down. And I don't, like, if they had gone to Colbert and said, hey, we can pay you 1/10 what we have been, would you stay? I don't think you would have stayed.
He might have, and I'm
You
gonna
think so?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because the cast of Blue Bloods wanted to get one more season out to create a finale for the show, a series finale, and the entire cast took a 25% pay cut in order to pay the crew to do one more year.
Really.
And I'm curious. I mean, Stephen Colbert got caught up because they're saying it's economics, but he got caught up in the political fray of all of
No
this too.
doubt about it.
Yeah, 100%. And so I think had the politics been removed from it and they had approached him and said, hey, can you do a 25% pay cut to keep your staff working? He's got plenty of money. I actually think it would have happened because it did happen on Blue Bloods on CBS.
Andy, I have to ask you a question. When did we start this podcast?
2012.
2012, so it's 14 years old.
14 years, yeah.
So 14 years ago, I went to a national convention for radio broadcasters, right? And they asked me to speak, and so I got up and spoke at the convention, and I said, my family and I have developed a podcast. I know you don't know what that is, because at that time, nobody knew what a podcast was. But I said, one thing, about podcasting is that it flows nicely. The whole thing works out.
And the
You got-
FCC's not on your back.
What's that?
The FCC's not on your back.
Well, yeah, exactly right.
That's a big reason a lot of people move to podcasts.
There's no question.
The FCC, the rules are crazy sometimes.
So after my speech at the convention, all these people lined up to ask me questions about that. And almost every one of them said, Tom, usually I love listening to your show and all the rest of it, but you're dead wrong on this. Podcasting will never take over radio. And I said, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it coming. It's not like I'm a genius or anything like that. You could see it coming. And why they didn't, well, to tell you the truth, whatever the hell, what was the name of the company I worked for at the end again?
Cumulus? Or not, yeah, was it?
What was it?
It was Cumulus, right?
Cumulus, yeah. I never understood so radio's starting to go away and fading and all the rest of it. So why didn't they support the podcast and move all that little by little, not just rush it over there, but little by little move it all over to podcasting? Nothing would have really changed much. They could have built a huge podcast network on Cumulus, what used to be Cumulus Radio, but they just did not believe it was going to happen. They thought I was out of my mind, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look what happened to television and all the rest of it. Television kind of figured out what the future was and developed product based on that future.
Well, I think a lot of it is because, and in that era, when did satellite radio come out? Like mid 2000s, something like that, or like when it became a thing.
Yeah.
But the numbers were never very good on satellite radio. You
No.
had a handful of people making decent money, and everything else was just like low numbers, low numbers. So a lot of people saw podcasts like another form of satellite radio.
Yes.
Oh, it's the next radio killer, sure. But then it actually was. But it's like, how can you know that this is the radio killer that's actually going to kill radio as opposed to all the other ones?
But the thing about it is, it didn't have to kill it. You could still have the KQ morning show on radio and then a podcast after that, and little by little blend them together. So when radio did go away, you'd have the same show that everybody's been listening to on the podcast network. I just...
A lot of them did do that. I mean, even the
Yeah,
KQ
some
Morning
of them.
Show was on, it had a podcast format for a long time. If you went to the website, you could just
Yes.
listen to it on the website for a long time.
That's why, because I kept insisting they do that, and they didn't want to do that, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't want to do it, but I talked them into it.
I think if they had marketed, and I'm sure some of them did, like the stuff we can't say on the radio, and then you move them over to the
Yes.
podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what we were saying in the beginning. There should be like a cut, like maybe an extra half hour or something where they can like show clips and stuff that they literally can't show on the radio because,
Right.
like I said, the FCC's there.
Yep. Now, I do have to move on to another radio story. What the hell's going on with Howard Stern? He fired 50 people, and what is going on there?
Yeah, I think we talked about this the other day, and
Right.
just that, he's only going live once a week. So I think
Right.
at that point, economically, these are people who are not going to be viable for a once a week show. He's not going to need all of the support staff. He's not going to need all of the personalities. It's just going to be the core group, I think.
Well, if you think about it, going down to once a week, cut your budget to 1/5 of what it was right there. So, I
Right.
mean,
Yeah, it makes sense.
because what was his budget? 100 million a year or something?
something
like that?
100
like
million, which would
So-
cover everything. And now he has a
Yep.
smaller budget. And I think we also talked, like, he's probably working his way toward a retirement. He's got
Yes.
a huge library,
Yeah.
so he can run that as,
Right.
on a very full-time, part-time basis, and then do the one live show to stay current. And that's it.
But I just don't understand why he wouldn't stop talking about politics. I mean, that ruined that show. There's no question about it. He used to have 20 million listeners. He now has 150,000.
Well, they're still giving him $100 million a year to do it, so what does he care?
No, they're not.
Well, they were.
They
until-
were, but they're
Yeah,
not.
he has a smaller deal this time around.
Yep.
But I also think, like, the heyday of Sirius XM is also
Yeah.
smaller.
Exactly.
Yep.
People have subscription fatigue, and that's the other thing to remember.
Yes. Yeah, Joe brought up a good point in there, using the internet on your cell phone. That was another thing about podcasts is in 2012, how many people had a data plan that they were comfortable? You might be in the car for an hour a day. I mean, that's 5 hours a week you're using your data, downloading a podcast. And back then, I mean, you might have had 1 gigabyte a month. You might not have even had 1 gigabyte a month.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. It's like people don't always, they see their plan and they're like, oh, well, I couldn't do that, so no one's going to do that. But they don't think in 3 years, instead of 1 gig, people might have 3 gigs or 5 gigs or whatever.
Do you think, other than the television news, that, well, local television is pretty much over, isn't it, other than the local news?
It's so funny. Last night, I was looking at our local Fox 11 channel, and everyone's trying to revamp the news. Everyone's trying to do
Right.
what Tucker Carlson's doing, Megyn Kelly's doing, Don
Yep.
Lemon, all of these people that we've been, Aaron Parnas, give it the feel of like more loose, independent journalism.
Yep.
So our Fox
Yep.
11, they are doing away with teleprompters.
Oh.
So, and then the
Ooh.
producers off camera are going to be able to interact with the newscasters. So it's going to have a more loose feel to it.
Huh.
And I'm very, I went and saw like the setup. Just they kind of gave you a video bird's eye view of it, but it's just like a bunch of like kind of a rounded desk and a bunch of computer screens and everything else. And I'm curious to watch how this all plays out, like whether people will be drawn to this, or is this just a gimmick to keep up with everyone that's going over to TikTok to get their news?
Well, I'm
Yeah.
40, which is fairly old compared to like early Zoom or later Zoomers and people who are getting into the TV realm. And my whole life, I've always thought that I'm Jerry Perfect Hair and here is the news. That format just always felt old to me, even when 30 years ago I was just like, this is just TV for old people. And I think that perception has not improved over the past 30 years. So I think it really is time. And that's what people like about podcasts and things like, videos on TikTok. That's why that, whatever his name is, got so huge when he was doing the daycare scandal. It was just some kid with a phone going to buildings and being like, whoa, this is crazy, dude. It's like, that's what appeals to people. You don't want an older person sitting behind a desk, reading off a teleprompter.
You want boots on the ground journalism.
Yep,
And
exactly.
you
Yeah.
want people out there in the field actually doing it. And that is where a lot of newscasts have cut back. They don't send people out into the field as
Yeah.
much as they used to. And people actually want that local journalism. But how do you get it if your ABC or your Fox or your CBS have cut back on those resources?
Yeah. But outside of news, I mean, we're never going to see locally produced television ever again, I don't think.
No, I don't
Like
think
there's
so.
there's no way you're going to see I mean, there is locally produced television. Like we have what do we have? Twin Cities Live,
Yeah.
and that does decently. But
does.
Because
that's
they
like
do ad sales, don't they? Don't they do like
They do.
they incorporate the ad into the segment type of thing?
Yeah.
right, but it's nothing like it used to be, and it's also because okay, I could watch Twin Cities Live, or I could watch anything else under the sun by just picking up my phone. I mean, most people aren't going to opt for the local thing unless they're strongly connected to their local community or whatever. Like if I was a diehard Twin Cities person, sure, I'd watch Twin Cities Live all the time, but I don't think people really have that sense of community so much.
They don't as much, but I do see, unfortunately, when we've had these massive weather-related events, there's nothing more important than your
Yeah.
local news. We're seeing it right now in Indiana with all of the flooding that they're having. Reno, Nevada, they're having one half of it's flash flood and the other half is completely on fire, which is incredible that they're seeing
Right.
two events happen in the same county.
Huh.
So those moments, whether it's your local news or whether it's a TikTok independent news journalist, they are extremely important in that moment.
I like Andy Jacobson. Local cable shows that Wayne's World was parodying, those are gone forever. I think those aren't coming back. You're not going to get Party Time Excellent on your local cable anymore. Now it's
Yeah.
some guy on YouTube with his
When I
friend.
lived in New York City, there was a woman that had a show. She was very famous too, and it was wild. It was just like anything goes on that local news cable channel. It was crazy.
We have to take a very quick break. Be right back. Their website is minnesotapersonalinjury.com, but at Bradshaw and Bryant, they don't stop at personal injury. If you've been accused of a crime and need criminal defense representation, they're here to help. Visit them in Waite Park or Golden Valley. Talk to them on the phone at 320-259-5414 or schedule a video call. Arrangements are flexible, but when it comes to getting their clients the representation they need, there's no compromise. Back to Kristyn Burtt. Yeah, I like this conversation we're having because the world is definitely changing. There's no doubt about that.
I
Yeah.
do have a entertainment-related video to play.
Ooh, a video.
Kristen, are you aware of this Matthew McConaughey bee sting thing going on?
No, I thought you were going to talk about his upper bluff.
Upper- What is that?
He got his eyes done, and he looks not like Matthew McConaughey. Allegedly, he got his eyes done.
Melissa found this video yesterday, and she shared it with me, and she wanted me to play it. So this is Matthew McConaughey getting stung by a bee, apparently, and the fallout of that.
Yeah, you could call that allergic, couldn't you? No CGI.
No.
Those are real bees. and
You're
a whole lot of
handling
them.
thousands
Yeah.
of bees.
Yeah.
And then I hear that you are allergic.
I found that out on this film. Yeah. Not in this scene, though. So I've got however many thousands of bees on me right there. I didn't get stung in that scene.
Well, when did you get stung?
I got stung a week before production working with the bees.
And
Hey! Yeah, you could call that allergic, couldn't you?
that's an allergic reaction to
Yeah.
bees.
So the good news is I got stung a week before production, which then led us all to go, you know what? That scene where McConaughey's holding that queen bee with thousands of bees on him, why don't we schedule that for the last day of shooting?
Yeah.
In case he does get bit again and we don't need him on camera.
Yep. That's a good point.
Yeah. He's got to be relatively old, right? Like in his 50s?
Probably in his late 50s.
Let's see. Matthew McConaughey. I spelled it. I just literally jammed the keyboard in a vaguely McConaughey fashion because I have no idea how to pronounce or spell his name. And Google knew what I was talking about. Credit to Google.
56.
He is 56. So he didn't know he was allergic to bees until 56.
Yeah, that's weird.
Huh. Like you've never been stung by a bee until you were I've been stung by at least 2 bees.
But I think sometimes you develop allergies that you didn't have as a child as you get older. Because I used to get bitten by mosquito bites and to be fine. And I get bitten by mosquito bites now and they turn out to be this
Oh,
big.
you get that Skeeter syndrome or whatever they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with spiders. If I get a spider bite, I have to go to urgent care because it starts. And I've had 2 spider bites in the last like 5 or 6 years. Just, they get me.
I guess
What,
so.
you're sleeping or something?
I got one when I was in Orlando, and then I got one here. And both of them, it's so funny. They both happened to be on like primetime Emmys week when I had to be like in an evening gown, and I had an arm that was like this big. And the urgent care was literally like, the last time you were here for a spider bite. So that's the only time I go to urgent care is spider bites.
Hello, London.
Yeah, London's here.
She's doing her best to get on camera.
Oh, London's popping up.
Yeah, she is.
I saw her tail moving around there.
Yeah, she was on my
It all
lap.
works out in the end. But isn't it interesting, though, you look at the world and how much the world has changed in the past 25 years. It is amazing.
Oh, God, I was looking at the shows that were on TV that debuted on the same year as our podcast.
Yeah.
It was like Veep. Key and Peele was on there.
Key and Peele,
I
yep.
mean, Key and Peele feels like 1,000 years old, but it's the same age as our show.
But where did they go?
Well, I mean, is Peele the one doing all the directing? Or is that Key?
I don't know.
Jordan
Peele is doing all the directing. He's
Yeah.
doing Up or whatever. Not Up. Look Up, right? Something Up?
Oh, are you talking about I'm like what? Yeah, the
Yeah. Well, that's I can't remember any of the names of any of his movies now. Huh. But that's Peele, you said.
Us was one of them, and Get Out. Get Out is the one I'm thinking of, like the
That was
teacup.
Get Out, yeah.
Get Out, and then Us is the one with the jumpsuits
Yep.
in the family of the jumpsuits, and he's got him. He had Nope. They're all like kind of like one word.
Nope is the one I was thinking of because it's like
Oh,
about
yeah.
some thing in the sky that you're not supposed to look at or something, right?
Yeah, he's got a really good. His movies are really, really good. I find them good and creepy. And then Key is kind of interesting because people think that he's being like held hostage by his wife. So that's a weird
Oh.
narrative. Yeah.
Huh.
You mean in real life?
In real life, yeah, I guess she, you know what it is? Maybe the narrative is misogynistic too, just because I think she's a strong personality and she's his manager. So I think people feel like she's pushing him into projects that are tanking his career. But, he's also his own person and can decide what to do.
There's
I
a
always liked Key and Peele. I did. I always liked them.
That was a really good show.
Yep.
There's a fog upon L.A. 1967 _ Bob. Do you want me to call you L.A. or Bob or what? Because there's a lot going on there, and I see you in chat every so often. But
Just call him Bob.
he says, "Can you believe Chappelle's show is almost 25 years old?" I can, because I remember watching that in Dayton when I was like fairly young. I mean, I was
Really?
25 years ago. I would have been 14. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I can actually believe that.
You know what? I saw a meme today and I sent it to my friend because I thought it was funny. It said Grease, the movie, came out in 1978. It was about the summer of 1959. And if it came out today in 2026, it'd be about the summer of 2007.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Well, they are doing that though. There's a bunch of like that millennial nostalgia stuff going on about like the late 90s, early 2000s.
There's a lot even just about the 80s. You've got the Shards right now on FX and Hulu. Looking back on all of that. So
Yeah.
it's
Nostalgia
funny how
never
certain
went away.
eras- No, it never goes away.
Never goes away. Do you think it's more prevalent now than it was, say, 20, 30 years ago?
I think so. I feel like people are longing for a more simple time because technology has really complicated our lives.
Yeah.
Some ways it's better, but I think in a lot of ways, we're attached to a device. And you see our childhoods were much, much different than the kids who are now constantly on tablets and things like that. And parents have to be very proactive about keeping their kids away from screens.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is the fact that, like, picture a childhood in 1970 versus 1990. There's differences, obviously, but not that much, really. I mean, the TVs were still basically the same. I mean, the kid in 1990 had simple video games, and that's really about it. Maybe they had like a computer that the family used once a week for their taxes or once a month for taxes and that sort of thing. But 70s to 90s kids, their upbringings were very similar, but 1990 to 2010 kids, completely different childhoods.
Settle
And I'm
down,
also going to
puppy.
say, I think a lot of families probably feel differently about you. You're just not going to say, go ride your bike and I'll see you at 5 p.m.
Merge, cut
That
it
doesn't
out.
exist anymore.
Yeah, we have neighbors whose kids are kind of just always outside. What are you
Birch,
doing?
I know you're there. It's fine.
Sorry,
Don't worry about it.
Birch is being weird
He's
over
being
here.
really weird.
But, like, we have kids in our neighborhood who just, like, roam. Like, it's the 80s and stuff.
That's great.
And sometimes we're like, I don't know. Because I feel like if we let Ethan do that, he would be dead by sundown. But, like, at the same time, it's like, are we helicoptering, or is Ethan just a special case, or what is, I don't know. It's hard to say. Because it is scary, the idea of just, like, saying, okay, kid, go do your thing and be back by dinner.
Yeah. I mean, I think about the freedom I had, and I would get up early in the summers. I had diving lessons at 6:30 a.m. on summers, and I would just ride my bike over. It was like a mile and a half away.
Yep.
And I got myself there, and then I had tennis lessons after. I'd meet my mom at the beach for lunch, and then I'd go out and play with my friends, and I'd come back for dinner around 5. And my mom barely saw me all day.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore. I mean, I live in Los Angeles, so it's a little bit different where growing up, in a remote part of New
That's
England,
true,
but
yeah.
it is, I still think in that remote part of New England, I still think you probably keep a closer tab on your kids than you did back then.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, well, things like the Jacob Wetterling thing and the Lindbergh baby and all, it felt like for a while there was just like a high profile child kidnapping every other year. And people just got really paranoid about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020 just did a follow-up on Jacob Wetterling, and gosh, what a sad case.
Yeah.
What a sad case.
It is true. Andy, when did you play the Vinnie Tortorich video yesterday?
The audio, I played it yesterday at the end of this segment. In fact, I put up a short that just posted at noon today about that.
But you didn't see that, did you, Kristen?
Kristen was there.
Wait, yeah, I was there on Wednesday.
Oh, you were there at the very
Yeah,
end.
yeah, it was great.
Everywhere I go today, somebody comes up, I have to agree with Tortorich. He was right. I'm like, yes, I know. My wife is a beautiful woman. There's no question about it. I understand. Everywhere I went today, I had to hear about it, which was nice. Don't
That
get me
is
wrong.
nice. Come on.
Birch, your breath smells. You're gross.
Now you're working with Birch again?
I am working with Birch again. I'm not ignoring anyone. I am sending that picture I took of Birch to myself because it's funny.
Oh,
I'm going
okay.
to put it up on the screen.
There you have it.
Birch just, for some reason, really needing Dad to know that he's here all of a sudden.
Needing some attention.
Oh, I know. He just, you have to
All
look
of a
at
sudden,
me.
yep.
It's like, okay, Birch, I can see you. You're right. Absolutely.
I don't know what that was.
It's a wonderful thing.
Birchy Birch.
Well, I do like talking about, the beginnings of, television and at home and all the rest of it, and going to the movie theaters when we talk about that, and, how much culture has changed over the years. But those are very, very good memories for me, going to the movie theater or, watching The Tonight Show. I got to be honest with you, Kristen, and it's just me. I don't know enough about it to, make an impact on anybody else, but I cannot watch one host of a talk show anymore. There's not one good one, is there?
I mean, I thought Kelly Clarkson was pretty delightful, but she's already off the air, so
Yeah.
she did her daytime talk show.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. There's not, because I don't watch the morning talk shows. I see the clips, though, come across my feed on social media. Sometimes I listen just because it's a funny moment, but that's all I need to see. I just need to see that small little slice of the show.
Please explain to me how Jimmy Kimmel ever became as big a deal as he is. The
Man
guy
show.
has
Man sh-
zero.
Man
the Man
show,
Show
yeah.
and win Ben Stein's money. That's how.
Yeah.
But he's not funny. He's not in. All he does is bitch about politics.
What's the thing is that's the thing about talk show hosts is they often aren't funny because they are used to having a team of 1,000
Yeah,
writers
yeah.
making them look funny.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm making this prediction now. I'm just letting y'all know. But Guillermo, who is Jimmy Kimmel's sidekick, is going on Dancing with the Stars in the fall. So ABC is going to place priority on the Jimmy Kimmel live show because
Oh.
Dancing with the Stars is one of the hottest shows on TV again.
Right,
And they're
right.
going to do a lot of cross promotion between the two shows. And you'll hear a lot about Kimmel this fall. And I think it's kind of a backlash to what happened last year
Yeah.
with all of that nonsense. And it should be kind of interesting just to see how this all plays out. I mean, the focus is on Guillermo because he's the one who is the contestant. And if you guys like Guillermo, I'm just saying that maybe his partner will be announced on Monday on Good Morning America. That's just a little spoiler for anyone who is interested because I know a couple of your listeners love Dancing with the Stars. They always DM me
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
All right. Here's that picture I took of Birch.
Oh, Peaky and me.
Oh, that's
Thank you so
cute.
much.
Yeah, he's like, Daddy, look at me.
Pay attention to me,
Or
Dad. Pay
Grandpa
attention
or
to
whatever
me.
you'd be to him.
Tom,
I
you have
don't
a
know.
good head of hair.
I do.
Most
Luckily
men,
still.
as they get older, they don't want to be, they don't want the crown of their head
Yeah, that's true.
filmed. You've got a
Trust
great
me,
head
I
of
know.
hair.
That's true.
I don't know. My grandpa had great hair. My dad's got good hair. I don't know what happened.
That was a good picture.
Doesn't make any sense.
But yes, quickly to get back to what we were talking about, I was a huge Johnny Carson fan, so I don't think, for me at least, anybody came anywhere near Johnny Carson. He was so good at that job; it was unbelievable. So that might be part of it too.
Well, he's
But
the
I can't-
classic. He set the bar.
Yeah, he
he's
did.
the
He
guy.
absolutely did. I cannot watch any of the talk shows now. They're just, I don't know. Johnny was so. You're sitting there, and all of a sudden, Dean Martin walks out with a cocktail, and then a couple minutes later, Don Rickles comes from behind the guy. It was just amazing. Johnny never ever talked politics that I can remember, anyway. I don't think he ever talked about politics.
Well, they would make fun of the president and things like that.
Yeah, that kind of deal.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But I also think that there was just a different mission in talk shows. If you go
Yeah.
back and look at the old, even Phil Donahue, Merv Griffin, people just came by to talk, converse,
Yes.
and shoot the shit, as they like to say. But that's the
Yes.
thing. Now everything is tied into a product promotion, a movie, a TV
Yep.
show. There is money tied to it, and as long as there is money tied to it, there's never going to be a natural conversation because that conversation always has to pivot into whatever they're selling.
Yeah, it seems to me, again, using the same names that I just mentioned, it seems to me that guys who, got their ass handed to them in high school are paying the world back for, not being a tough guy or something. I don't know. It's just very weird.
You know what's weird though is that Carson was a genius at what he did. I also think
Yes.
Ellen DeGeneres was really good at her daytime show. Both of them behind the scenes were kind of miserable. And
Yeah,
you look at
yeah,
Jimmy
true.
Kimmel, and a lot of people are like, on screen, behind the scenes, he's a really good guy and does a lot of really good things for his cast, his crew.
No, who's that?
People, Jimmy Kimmel. He's known as a really good guy.
Oh, okay.
It
And
does seem
so,
like suffering makes you better at art. I don't know.
yes. Well, and think about it that way. David Letterman, another one, genius on screen, behind the scenes, awful. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of weird that whoever you are on screen, I feel like it's a 180 off screen.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. And again, I grew up in an era with Johnny Carson, so nobody will ever meet that goal again in my brain anyway. He was just so good. I had a hard time watching anybody else, even when he was still on the air. I just really had a hard, because he was so good at it.
He was so good. And, I also admire him for seeing the writing on the wall. When he
Yeah.
when he left in the early 1990s, he knew that he was not going to be able to keep up with that next wave of talk show hosts. And instead of being kicked off the air, he went out his own way. He went out on top.
Yep.
And it would have been really sad to see him just sort of, hobble to the end because there
Yeah,
was a
I
big
understand.
shift in late night television. And he was probably In some ways it feels like he retired maybe a couple of years before he should have, but at the same time he knew what was ahead.
Yeah, who was on the air when he retired? Was Letterman? Were Letterman and Conan on the air yet?
I don't know.
Letterman was on the air. Letterman followed him
Okay,
Yeah.
so Letterman
on
replaced him.
NBC. No, Letterman did not get hired to replace him. Jay Leno got hired to replace Carson, and Letterman
right,
ended
yeah.
his deal with NBC and went over to CBS,
Oh,
which
yeah, that's
created
right.
a new set of late night shows. It's a great book too. Late Shift is a great book. If anyone's ever looking for that.
I would like that. I'll have to track that down because I bet you I'd love that read.
Oh, you would absolutely love it. It is so juicy. I mean, Jay Leno wanted that job so bad that when his manager went in to meet with Johnny Carson to try and secure the job, he was hiding in the closet. He hid in a closet to eavesdrop on the whole conversation.
What?
I mean,
Really?
it was Jay Leno is very cunning and very smart, and he went behind Letterman's back to make sure he secured that job, even though Letterman was Johnny Carson's choice.
Yeah.
NBC, because Leno sucked up to NBC because he plays a really good social game with executives and landed the job.
Huh. Well, it worked for him, that's for sure.
It worked for him. But then, when that whole mess happened with Conan, that's why you had all of the other late night hosts ganging up against Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Again, because they're like, how dare you do that to Conan after he moved his entire life and all of the crew moved from New York to LA and kick him off the air after 10 months. Jay Leno is a very complicated person in Hollywood.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He definitely is. You know what's interesting about him? Every time I hear him talk to somebody now on television or wherever, he always mentions the fact, yeah, well, I'm worth like $15 million, so I don't care. Now, first of all, I got to believe he's worth a hell of a lot more than $15 million.
Jay Leno?
Yeah.
Jay Leno
Well-
never spent his Tonight
did
Show
not.
earnings.
He didn't.
He has an estimated net worth of $450 million.
Yeah, I thought it was a little higher than 100 than 15 million.
Apparently, he made $320 million during his tenure on the Tonight Show. But yeah, he's just saved it all.
That's good.
And he has
Well, I
no
mean,
kids. He and his
yeah.
wife Mavis have no kids, and his wife is in the throes of late stage dementia too. He's her caretaker.
Oh, God.
How old is
Yeah.
she?
She's not. She's younger than him too. So I want to say she's maybe in her 70s. But
She's in 79.
yeah,
So, wow. She's younger, or she's older than him.
she's older than him
by
She
3
is-
years.
But she's had dementia for quite some time, like maybe a decade.
He got conservatorship in 2024, so it has to have been a while, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
The puppy's staring at me again. I don't know what.
I know, Birch, what is it with you? You're pacing all over the
He's
room.
really nervous about the fact that I won't roll around on the floor with him or something.
You're like, we got a show going on, buddy.
We got a show going on here, Buster Brown.
It's okay, Birchie Birch.
All right, any closing words?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I just want to say, Andy said Jay Leno has at least $15 million in cars. That is true. He has a warehouse in Burbank with
Yeah.
all of his cars. And oftentimes when you drive down the 134 or the 101, you will see Jay Leno in one of his vehicles. That's a very common LA sight.
You know what's so weird is that, because I know a lot of people that go through. Nick Swardson was just in town and we were talking about all different things and all the rest of it. But they, that's got to have hurt movies and comedy and all the rest of it, that people don't watch late night television anymore, do they?
It's kind of weird because I was just thinking, Stephen Colbert's gone, but a lot of his audience has gone to Kimmel. Kimmel has seen a huge resurgence in
Yeah.
ratings. So the audience either drops off completely because they were only there for Colbert, or they migrate to another show. But the amount of money that they're making off of social media and clips, YouTube especially, they're still vital
Yeah.
to television right now. Because
Yeah.
and you have to remember, if you're going to take, let's say you took the Tonight Show off the air and you took Kimmel off the air, what are you going to do to replace it? Because most likely whatever you put on the air is going to have lower ratings. And that's going to mean less money. So you're
Yep.
going to literally drag Kimmel out, the Tonight Show out, as long as possible until that person doesn't want to host it, or you can find somebody else who's a decent replacement.
Yeah, I can't. I cannot watch that show.
Yeah.
He-
But
well-
economically, it's still very crucial to ABC and NBC.
Yeah.
That's one thing about doing that morning show for so long. I've interviewed about everybody in the world that's ever done anything. And a couple of those people we just talked about were just impossible to deal with. You know, you try to get them to go in one direction, they didn't want to do that, then you want to go to the other one. It just, there are like 3 guys I could mention that I just couldn't stand talking to because they were so incredibly arrogant.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you, one of them's backstage in studio right now.
I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it at all. All right, young lady, are you going to be, on 1 or 2 days next week?
All 3 days next week, to the point that you are just going to be like, why are you here all 3 days? It's annoying.
And I should mention to everyone that she will be on 1:30 to 2 o'clock starting next week.
There you go.
We're going to
That's
start
good.
off the show with a half-hour segment of just like news and that sort of thing, whatever we
What's
stopped
happening in the
trampling her
world.
so much. Because every so often we got a show where she's got about 5 minutes to say her piece.
Yeah.
I figured we'd try.
There's a lot
to
of
have
entertainment news. I know I have a running list of things, and
Yep.
with primetime Emmys and new fall season, there's a lot to talk about. And I know Tim is waiting in the wings, so he's got movies to talk.
He does, but we will talk to you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, my dear. Kristyn Burtt, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Lammers and his movie reviews brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant Personal Injury Lawyers at minnesotapersonalinjury.com. Birch, what is the I know you're there. Everything's good. He's shaking now.
I know. Birch is
What's the
being
matter?
odd, that's for sure.
Oh, the
You're
puppy?
Yep.
I thought you
Yeah.
thought you were saying I was shaking.
No.
No, Birch is just, I don't know what
Birch
his
is
deal
very It's yes. Here, I'll pet you. Come here.
There you go.
There you go. You
Oh,
get tons of
Birchie.
pets for Birchie.
Puppy.
Yeah.
What's going on, Buster?
Okay, so I'm one of the people you can't stand. Who is the other one?
Which is the one person?
I don't know what you're talking about. It just Andy
I don't
said,
either.
Oh, one of them's backstage. You can't stand
No,
it.
there are a couple of. Well, actually, there's more than a couple. There's about 4 or 5 people. But I interviewed people for 37 years. You're not going to like everybody.
No,
Yeah.
you're not. You're not.
But-
And I was thinking back to that. There are very, very few people that it just didn't jibe.
Birch, I can't have you doing this to me the whole show now.
Birch,
How can we
What are you doing? Come here. Come here, Birch.
go see Andy?
He's like,
Go
no, I don't want to.
Oh,
I
God.
want to stare at Dad.
Okay, you can stare, but you can't bark and growl.
Well, Tim, I know you wanted to talk to Alex about Toy Story, right? But
Well, Toy Story 5 is coming out on streaming next week, but that
because
came
she
out-
went and saw it,
Oh, okay.
but she's not here, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a good movie. I mean, check it out on streaming. I was wondering, now, did you go, Tom? Did you and Catherine take the grandkids to Minions?
Yes,
last
they did.
week?
Yes, we did.
And
I thought it was terrible.
Well, I figured you wouldn't like it.
It's the same movie 5
Well,
times in a row.
You don't like zany things.
No, I don't like zany
You
things.
never
That's
liked
true.
zany
Yeah, it's
things.
very, very
See,
good.
I-
Like dogs that are zany.
I like the Minions a lot, and I still like them. But I tell you what, it's showing its wear. The franchise
Yeah.
is
Yep.
showing its wear because I think the last Despicable Me movie was out last year. I don't know. You just can't put these out bing, bing, bing. You know, it's just, you got to give people some breathing room. And maybe that's why Toy Story 5 succeeded, because there was quite a few years in between. But at the box office, I mean, this was
Yeah,
a
Birch, you can't
billion-dollar
do that.
franchise.
Can you hear Birch on your end, Tim?
No.
Would you
Okay.
say?
There you
Oh,
go.
now we got
There it
all
is.
3 dogs around me.
Wow.
Apparently, I'm going to go in the other room and you guys can do the show because they will not
Yeah.
leave me alone.
Birch, leave
I
him
love
alone.
it.
That's fine.
Yes,
If you want me, I
love
can get my
dogs.
Basset in there
Oh
too.
my God! Oh Jesus!
Birch,
Look at this.
Despicable Me
Yeah, I
4
know,
came
it's
out 2 years
great.
ago, by the way.
It
But
did.
still, that's still not a lot of time.
No, it's not. And
at this
it's
now.
surprising to me is I don't know if people are that big a fan of Gru, because Gru is not in this one. In the end credit scene, he pops up, but I don't even know if he talks. And of course, Gru is Steve Carell. And so
Yeah.
he's not in this one. And the movie itself just came out on streaming last
We
week.
can't have that. So we got to do something.
I can't do anything about him.
Well, can't we lock him out of the studio?
If you want him to start barking over the place.
Oh God, why? Why me?
I'm getting good content for the social media.
Well, you can tell that I love dogs because they're coming over, being nice and all of it. They know I love dogs.
Taking
But
pictures.
like, my God. There you go.
Well, remember
drive each
that
other
time
nuts.
where James was up on my shoulder and he was crawling around my
Yes,
neck?
I do.
That clip actually did very well, so there you go. More of that.
See, now you can have your viral moment with your dogs, Tom.
Yeah, I got a viral moment, all right.
Okay,
Well, they
now I
know
see
that
the other
I
one.
do
Oh,
love dogs.
I love
They know
dogs.
that I love dogs. I know that I love dogs, but I've never seen those two take advantage of. No, there's Jude over there.
No, this is very
sleeping.
weird for them.
It's really weird for them. So I don't know what the problem is, but they have
Maybe-
to. They have to come over and get pets, otherwise they go nuts.
Yeah, that's funny.
Here he comes again.
So getting back to
Aren't you?
getting back to Minions. This one is looking like it's going to level off at about 500 million worldwide, which is a great box office take,
Well, how much did it cost to make, though?
and a lot less than your Toy Story, like 80 million.
Oh, so it actually did, 85 million
Yeah,
budget. So
sure.
it's actually doing pretty well.
But you have to remember that at least 2, if not 3, this is the 7th movie in the franchise since 2010, when you count both Despicable Me movies and Minions movies. The first one did like 800 something.
Despicable Me 1?
Yes. And then after that, it was
Let's see.
billion dollars, or close to $1 billion worldwide for like the next 3 or whatever. And then I think the last one might have been under, but this one is like cut in half of what it used to be.
Despicable Me 4 was just under 986.
Yeah.
So it was still pretty close to a
Yes.
billion. How about Minions? The Rise of Gru, though. 940, so yeah, that was also. So this
there's
is.
a couple of them that hit over $1 billion.
Minions,
so-
I'm guessing, did well over. Yeah, Minions, like the first
Here.
Minions movie was 1.1. Despicable
get up
Me
on the couch.
3 was 1 billion. So this is. Yeah, this is a historical low for the franchise. Despicable
It really
Me.
is.
The first Despicable Me did 540. So this is actually projecting lower than the first one, which, like I said, making 500 million on 85 is still a very successful movie, but
Yeah.
it's not the $1 billion draw that it used to be.
I know, and it's crazy. So you didn't like the old Hollywood stuff in it, Tom?
The
Like the
cameos or
going back to the studios in the 20s and
it's just the same. It's the
the
same movie
Minions.
for the 5th time.
yeah, the Minions themselves.
Yeah, it's the same thing every movie.
Yeah.
See, I don't know why. I still love them. I just think they're
Oh well,
hilarious.
good. Yeah, I mean that's nice.
So,
No
but,
doubt about it.
My kids, obviously, they're in their 20s and 30s. They're not interested anymore. And
Right.
so, I mean, things have definitely changed. So, yeah, it's interesting. I have to note quickly, my wife and I, we ran down to Minneapolis last Friday afternoon. On the way back, we stopped at Trader Joe's. And all of a sudden,
yeah.
Melissa stopped me in the parking lot. And for a second, it's like, oh, she said, it's Melissa. And it's like, it's so weird. And my wife is the same way. It's like you're used to dealing with people in a certain environment, like with the
Yeah.
podcast or whatever.
Yeah, she said you didn't recognize her at
I
first.
didn't recognize her at first, and then all of a sudden, boom, it hit me. But yeah, it was wonderful running into her. So I don't know. Did your kids go to the movie, or is it just
Just
Alex?
Alex's kids.
Okay. Oh, it's a good
Colin's
thing-
too young for a movie theater for sure. Maybe
Yeah.
in like 2 years, but he's not even 2 yet. So it's like, although he is getting to the age where he is like watching things on the TV for 5 minutes at a time. Like yesterday, I got a good picture of them. They had like propped up the couch cushions so that you could like lay down on them, but still be able to see the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made a recliner out of couch cushions. And Ethan was on one side of the cushion and Colin was on the other, and they were both watching something on the TV.
Well, I'm going to tell you, shifting to this week's movie, I don't know if your kids are into dinosaurs yet.
Colin more than Ethan, yes.
because obviously when Jurassic Park came out, that was a big deal for kids and dinosaurs. And this movie, I didn't know much about it going in. It's called The End of Oak Street. And
Oh yeah, I've seen promos for that.
yeah, it's really weird because it's like, what the hell is this? This is just kind of coming out of nowhere, even though you have Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor in it. And it's about this suburban couple, early 1980s. They got like a preteen boy and a teenage girl, and their marriage is rocky. Things are up and down, but all of a sudden they need to collaborate if in order to survive, because this weird cosmic event absorbs the entire neighborhood and transports them back into prehistoric times. So you have this little neighborhood of the 80s stuck in the middle of Jurassic Park, essentially, except for these beasts are killers. This is a PG-13 movie. I'm sure the last few Jurassic Worlds have been PG-13, but they're not the cute and cuddly dinosaurs. So
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, okay, so this got a Spielberg feel. It's got a Stranger Things feel because of the 80s. So I have to admit, I was very surprised at how fresh the movie felt, even though it's basically Jurassic Park meets E.T. meets Super 8, which is J.J. Abrams meets, and Abrams actually produced this. So you can see where that whole influence comes from. And then Abrams also produced Cloverfield, which was that Godzilla type movie
Oh yeah.
a few years ago. So, after seeing Jurassic World Rebirth last summer, it's like, God, can we just kind of like the Minions, Tom, with you?
Yeah, yeah.
Same
Yeah.
old,
Yep.
freaking same old. Well,
Right.
the difference here is that it's outlandish, the idea, but, this whole idea of getting sucked into this time portal and being, it's like Land of the Lost, right? Except for it's not for Saturday morning viewing by kids. I'd say 10 years old minimum. But it was just kind of fun to see these dinosaurs running around this neighborhood, chomping up people, and of course, the protagonists need to survive. So, I mean, look, Anne Hathaway, no matter how people feel about her, because I know there are Hathaway haters out there, this is her third movie this summer. She started off Devil Wears Prada 2, then The Odyssey, and now The End of Oak Street. And I also like Ewan McGregor. So it's just fun. It's entertaining. It's dumb fun, right? It's not, and that's not supposed to be brain surgery. It's supposed to be in escapist movies like, Spielberg put out in the 1980s and 90s. He's put out serious stuff, but he's put out some fun stuff too. And I would say, this is a pleasant surprise. Not perfect, like a 7.5 out of 10 on the Lammometer, but again, I didn't see it coming. And I guess those are the movies that are the best, when you just don't see them coming.
I like how you said Cloverfield was a few years ago.
Oh, it's with the 90s?
It was 18 years ago.
Oh my God.
2008. Here is, by the way,
Oh, he's barking at
you're hearing
me.
Birch freak out. Here's a picture of Birch and May assaulting Tom.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I can't talk to you right now, buddy.
I
I
know.
got another hour to do here.
We do have another. Well, Dave and Mark are going to be in here. They can bother them. Maybe Dave can tase Birch.
What is wrong with you? I
Officer
love
Dave's
you.
coming in?
Yep.
Awesome.
He's got an announcement to make.
Oh,
Yeah. He's going to become a dog so he can bite Birch.
Yeah, so we can growl at Tom and
Seriously,
beg
Birch.
for pets.
You are absurd.
I've never seen them do this before. I don't know why they're doing this.
Birch, did you have to go outside? Did you go outside? Nope, not
no.
that.
It's
Not that. He's just being Birch.
Is it because Alex is not here?
It must be.
It has to
I
be.
guess.
Yeah, you're a good dog, but you're driving me nuts today. I don't know what to tell you.
You're good as you can be.
God. Look, Look at the example over here.
Yeah, I know.
You got Judy not giving a rat's ass about me.
Dude's like, me?
Me, I don't care, whatever. You're a good puppy, Birch, but you're really nuts right now, and I don't know why
Well,
that is.
the whole having the access to you makes a difference because
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've
what
been
it is,
sitting-
isn't it?
I do, most of my things now from this rocking chair in front of a window with my laptop sitting on me, so James can't jump up on me. Whereas before I was upstairs and I had a table in front of me, and if he was in the room, he's going to jump. So yeah, it all depends on if you give him the room to do it. But then again, Jude's just sitting there like, hey man, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yep.
Do whatever you
Jude's
want.
been doing this for his whole life.
It's all true.
He's a pro.
Now you coming over to the side again?
Hi, Birch.
Go
Come
see
here.
Andy.
Come
There
here.
you go. Yeah, baby.
Hello, Birchie.
He's going to see Andy for pets now.
Lord Almighty.
So what else is happening, Timmy? I got 2 seconds here. I can actually talk before he comes
We got
back.
20 whole minutes.
I'm just talking about
Oh, till Birch ruins everything
how
again.
Birch ruins everything again.
Well, I'll just hang out a couple minutes when Dave comes in because I know he's a big fan. But Reacher returned.
Oh, yeah.
This week.
Except everyone's mad at, what's his name, right?
Yes, and Dave messaged me about that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who's mad about
Alan
who?
Richson, right?
Yes, Richson is getting political now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's anti-Trump
He's gotta
and et
fall
cetera, et
in
cetera.
line with everybody else, and why?
I like Republicans. I like Democrats. I like middling people. Would you please all just shut up? Good God, bitching about politics is so obnoxious
It's so boring.
and really boring.
I know. It's like, do I care who Alan Richson voted for?
Did he start making a lot of money or something?
Of course.
Well, there's
Well,
that,
there it is.
and the thing is, you also notice that he's in a lot now.
Yeah.
So I think there's some people pleasing going on.
Yeah, he's got to play ball, right?
Oh,
Got to
yeah.
play ball.
Yep.
And, look, there are some that just will not do it, and they will tell you they'll not do it. And one of them, who I think is terrific, and I know you guys probably think he's great too, is Josh Duhamel.
Yeah.
Minnesota. He's a Minnesota resident now. I mean,
Yep.
he lives up north. He wanted to get the hell away from Hollywood.
Yeah.
And so he lives up north in the woods and just loves it. And he was on Megyn Kelly or something. All the outlets picked it up because he mentioned something about it's not my job to preach to you who you should vote for or whatever.
Here's what I don't understand. Explain this to me because I've never understood this. We've all grown up differently in different situations with different incomes. Some fathers present, some fathers not present.
Yeah.
Some people are Democrats, some people are Republicans. We're not all the same. Why would I hate you because you're not exactly like me? That's the most obnoxious thing I've ever heard.
It makes 0 sense.
0 sense.
What's the thing? From what I heard, he didn't even just say, like, I don't like Trump or I didn't vote for Trump or whatever. He had to launch into this tirade about, all the various
Epstein
conspiracy
files,
Yeah, exactly. He had to go all crazy with it like they all do.
Yeah. And I don't know, that's dangerous, man.
It sure is.
And you can be selective with those files too, from what I understand. I mean, some people will mention these names, but they won't mention these names. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
whole plethora of folks on both sides that are supposedly involved or have been to the island or whatever. And again, look, you can't go with guilt by association. Maybe some people were there that just, they were an influence, got them there. I'm not defending Epstein at all. Believe me, I'm not defending him. But I'm sure there are some people that are innocent in this matter because they listed all these actors that have been there. And it's like, come on. You can mention they were on the list, they visited him or whatever. But there are some that it's like, okay, things go a lot further than that. But, just the best thing is, unless you're going to cover the whole swath of things, don't talk about it. Don't cherry pick names and go nuts with it, because it's
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Oh, now he's barking.
Oh, God.
Okay, he has to. Do you have to go outside, Birch? You go outside? No, you're just going to stare at me?
Nope, he just wants pets.
do you
That's what he
want?
wants. No question about it. Yeah, I've gotten to the point in my life I am I'd like to talk on the show if I possibly could.
I'm going to try to take him outside. That's the only thing I can think of.
All right,
I think he
well,
does want to go outside.
but maybe. He wants pets, I know that.
Almighty Birch.
He's a great dog. He's never done this before. It's really weird. But yeah, I mean, Timmy, here's what I just don't understand people in their battles over. I've had the people after the KQ morning show ended, people that I barely knew, and later, they started treating me like shit because they didn't like the show. Well, why don't you just not listen to the show if you don't like it?
Exactly.
It just makes no sense to me. There are people that I like. There are people I don't like. Some of the show, but I'm never going to go. I don't your show. Shut up. How about that? Wait a minute. I think somebody just walked by. Oh, it's probably Officer Dave. Hey, maybe you can shoot the dogs. Just kidding.
Yeah, well, I'll wait till Dave gets there. He actually informed me of some crap that Richson said last year that pissed me off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it had something to do with he was knocking cops.
I think I got to do this quickly. For years, you've heard me talk about North American Banking Company. Why? Because Bilski works there. Because they've always been there for me and my family. That is a fact, by the way. They've always been there for me and my family over the years. Go to nabanco.com/Tom to see how. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too deeply into the political thing, but I just don't understand. As you know, some of my dearest friends are far left Democrats, and some are far right. Who's that now?
That's Birch's tail.
Oh my God!
Slam it against the wall.
Yeah, I love Birch, but he can't be here. When we
Dave,
do
come
the show.
over. We need your taser.
Yeah, we need your taser, Dave.
You have any animal control gear?
But yeah, I mean, I've never understood. I hate you because of your politics.
Yeah.
What is
what they
wrong
don't-
with you?
What they don't realize what they're doing is they're just crapping on half of their potential audience.
Absolutely, they are.
Reacher has to be a pretty strongly conservative skewing audience, I would think.
Well,
would
and
think,
that's
yeah.
where the confusion comes in.
Yeah, it's
Because
weird.
And the same thing happened with American
Neeson?
Sniper a number of years ago, because
No, I think-
obviously that was Chris Kyle,
Yep.
a figurehead on the right, and they assumed just because Bradley Cooper did the movie and because Clint skews right, Clint is more of a libertarian, but they assumed that Cooper was also on the right. So he disappointed a lot of people by saying,
Jesus. Never again.
What
I
a
can promise
show.
you, never again. We are
you know,
not
but
going
he
to abandon
disappointed
the
a lot of-
dogs.
He disappointed a lot of people by saying, hey, look, just because I played a character this way doesn't mean that those are my political beliefs.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying.
But that's
it
fine.
Just makes no sense.
You don't have to be on the right to play a character beloved by the right, but
Yeah.
you do have to not crap all over them.
And to my knowledge, he never has.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's and that's fine. He just kind of made a clarification because again, people made this association.
Well, I remember Liam Neeson. He did a whole bunch of movies where all he does is go around shooting people, made millions and millions of dollars, and then he started going, anyone who likes guns is a moron, et cetera, et cetera.
right.
Yeah.
It's like
Exactly.
that's the kind of it's like the hypocrisy and the disdain for the audience. I don't get. Vote however you want. If Alan Richardson wanted to vote for whoever the Democrat's going to be in 2 years, fine. But
Yeah.
then to turn around and be like, "Hey, all you morons watching me," you're going to kill your career that way.
Well, I don't have a problem with Alan Richardson's political affiliation, whatever it may be.
Yeah, right.
I think that he's made it pretty obvious. But I do have a problem with, again, who cares what you think?
Yep.
Right.
Like, that's the grand delusion of a lot of people that speak out about politics that are like a celebrity or whatever, or even me. I mean, who the hell am I to tell you who you should vote for? How insane is that? I mean, to
Yep.
think that you have actual influence over somebody because you review movies. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What a freaking joke.
Yeah, it's a little far
I'm
strong
a
there.
dopey ass farm boy from rural Minnesota, man.
Yep.
I just love doing what I'm doing, and I try to, be as objective and fair when it comes to, again, if a movie's political, I'll tell you it's political, but
Right.
generally I try to leave the politics out of it. But this whole thing about it's first of all, I don't want anybody preaching, but second of all, it's just mystifying to me how somebody could have a very hot career and then firebomb it by just saying that half of your audience sucks.
Yeah, that's really stupid if you ask me.
It's mystifying. It's like, why would you do that?
Well, because so Reacher, the next season just coming out. I wonder if it's going to tank now.
Well, you know what? I've seen the first three are out, and it's really good.
Oh yeah.
No, that's good. I do like the show.
Yeah, and it's funny because once I started watching it, I mean, honest to God, it didn't take me no more than a couple of minutes to say, you know what, whatever, however I'm pissed off at what he's doing off screen, it's gone because he is so good.
Right.
And it has that same tone. They're not now. If they went a different direction where they made him more sympathetic or whatever, and obviously they were wedging in somehow his political beliefs,
Yeah.
then the show would suck. But that's not the character.
Jack Reacher has a "Don't talk to me before my soy latte."
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. He's tried and true when it comes to the character. Now, here's the other thing to consider. He might just be giving lip service to the
Yeah.
people that want to hear it, but deep down, maybe he feels differently. This might just be bullshit.
It might be, but if the audience believes it and the audience is
Well, that's-
conservative, then so now you're just you destroyed your audience by lying to them, which is not even. It's really not any better.
Well,
Okay.
and the other thing is too, he has mentioned this many times. He's a devout Christian, which again, when you get people making those dividing lines, they just automatically associate Christianity with the far right or whatever.
Yep.
It's just
Yeah, they
completely
do, yeah.
silly. So yeah, I mean, maybe he just, again, it could be an effort to shake away any sorts of stereotypes about that people, preconceived notions about him. I don't know. Again, it's just, you sit and you wonder why would you do that to your own career?
I know.
It's so much easier just to not say anything.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
interesting. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
No, I mean very quickly. One thing that people don't understand is what's going to happen. Every time I talk, he starts doing that.
Wine. I can let the dogs out and Dave can play with them for a while. I can
is
ask him
Dave
if that's
out
okay
there?
anyway. I don't know. Sick dogs on him.
Well, why don't you have Dave come in so I can ask him about?
Yeah, just bring Dave in.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah, just bring Dave in. Has he got his buddy with him? Here they come. Now the other people, the dogs can drive insane. The
Yeah,
dogs
this is
have been
great.
going after me like, oh, pet me. Oh, God, Tom. It's like, would you settle down?
Oh, dogs.
This is great
You
because
get
I
the
was going to
chair,
ask
apparently.
Dave about.
That's pretty
Reacher.
good.
Yeah, so Dave, we've been talking about Reacher and the whole Alan Ritchson
Oh,
thing.
good lord. Every time I watch that, I think of this man right here.
Of him?
Yes.
Really? What, you think he's... So in other words, you're talking about you think the actor's a dope. Is that what you're saying?
Complete stooge. Yep.
A complete stooge. We were just talking about politics and how they're entering into television, and Alan Ritchson is now talking all about it. Well, you know that. I will give you a name. I agree with nothing he says, but I love the man dearly. Who do you think that would be?
Tim is still up on the screen.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank
But who
you.
am I talking about? I don't agree with one political thing that he believes.
I can think of several.
Okay, this is a wild guess, and I know I'm wrong because this guy really is a scum. Does his name begin with A?
Scum.
No.
Who are you calling scum?
Who you calling scum?
The name begins with A, and the second name begins with B.
Hey,
Not Andy Bernard.
Andy Barnard.
that made it worse.
Alex Brand. Yeah. there.
I know you're talking about either Gelfand or Shelby, aren't you?
Let's,
Dad?
No.
Mike
I mean,
Gelfand.
Not Lammers.
I won't say scum, but the guy is such of a pain in the ass. Alec Baldwin.
Oh, Alec Baldwin is
Oh,
a
well,
massive pain in the ass, there's no doubt about
Well, okay, his whole thing is this, just going off on politics, everything all the time.
that. Yeah.
And he's just so rude to people and fans.
Why?
Yeah, it
You have the
just
greatest life in the world. Why do you want to be a dick?
and
That makes no
somehow
sense.
with this thing with that western he was shooting, how he came out of that one, it's amazing.
I know.
Are we ever going to get to the point where we just go, hey, you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, good for you?
Yeah, I wish we
Well,
could
it
get
used
there.
to be
but
that way. It
Yeah?
used
A
to be
long
that way.
time ago.
Well, I mean, kinda.
I mean,
There was a
kinda.
brief period, you could argue, yeah.
I think there's a lot of closeted Republicans in Hollywood.
Well, you'd have to be,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure that's true, yeah.
The only high-profile one that's like still active right now that I can think of is Tim Allen. He's pretty conservative and he's pretty successful
Yeah,
still.
he
Yeah.
is.
And there are, well, this is sad. It's like you can't even name them anymore.
Yeah, like James Woods, very vocal conservative,
Oh,
but he's
yeah,
also
yeah.
not in
But
anything.
His agent dropped him.
Oh, wow, really?
Uh,
Birch, go bother
so
Dave.
He's
Yeah,
done
go
acting, but
exactly.
there are very, very few. I mean, Robert Duvall used to be one of them,
Yeah, yeah.
but he didn't preach to you. Billy Bob is great because he has his beliefs, but he doesn't spout them. He just keeps them to himself.
I will tell you something I've never talked about. Would you leave me alone? I love you. You're a great dog.
I sent
but-
Come here,
Alex
Birchie.
a video of Birch doing this, and
Go
she
get him.
said that he wants pets.
What?
She said that he wants pets. That's what this means.
Well, I understand that, but I can't pet him and try to do a
You
show.
can do it for 45 more minutes, right?
45 more minutes.
Easy peasy.
I know another
Birchie.
one.
Come here.
I know another one. Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid. Yeah, he's another one.
Isn't he the guy who played Bowser?
No.
No, not in the Super
Birchie.
Mario Brothers movie. Who am I
No,
thinking?
no,
of?
that was Jack Black.
No, the old one.
Oh.
Who was that? Super Mario Bros. That was the 80s movie, right? Or was that 90s? That was 1993.
Well, now he's going to start.
No, that was Dennis Hopper. Okay.
And Clint
I was
Eastwood
completely
as well,
off
when
base.
she's Getting up there.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood. Yeah,
Yep.
he's pretty open.
Eastwood, yeah.
Dave, could you turn on his transmitter?
Oh,
Yeah. So
switch right there, Mark.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah,
easy
Birch, it's
peasy.
great.
So anyway,
Well,
the story I was going to
Even
tell
Jude's
was
getting sick of him.
Jude, bite him. Bite Birch.
Birch, settle down.
prior to season 2 of Reacher, Dave told me about Richson knocking the cops for some reason. I can't remember what it was.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing, Tim, was that it was around that Breonna Taylor time.
Birch, cut it
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Go on.
And he said cops are uneducated, gun happy, blah 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 blah. You know, you and I had quite a conversation about that.
Yeah. Well, and then of course the guy he plays just has no patience for anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Kills
It's,
people
it's the
without-
hypocrisy.
lifesaver.
Yeah. So so I interviewed him for season 2, and I just made sure to say, hey, you know what? I appreciate what you do in the show Reacher. You know, being pro law enforcement, and my father was a law enforcement officer. It's kind of like gently kind of shoving it in his face. You know, I had like 6 minutes with him and Maria Sten, who plays
Neely.
who will
Yep.
be getting her own show. So I didn't have time to start something, but I wanted him to know about my feelings about law enforcement. That was my way of getting back at the bullshit. He is, I mean, look, again, I don't care if you have your beliefs. Have your beliefs. You can feel that. I don't care. But don't be preaching it to other people thinking you can actually change their minds with what you're going to say.
I'm with you, Tim.
Yeah.
Is there
So,
a lot of money in the hatred of politics?
Well, like Tim said, you have to. Hollywood it's not a secret. Hollywood is very, very left for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to get parts, best way you can do that is being one of them. So whether or not he is one of them, it's impossible to say because he's incentivized to say these things financially, but he also might believe them.
he's in a lot of things now. Besides Reacher, I mean, now people. Dave, did you go see Motor City?
I did not. I won't give that guy 2 cents. I won't
guy?
watch Reacher 4.
Oh,
either.
you're not even going to watch
It'll be
Reacher
coming
anymore.
to streaming soon enough. The movie's a bomb, but
Is it okay? Good.
but it's just, Mike Bryant saw it and he hated it. I thought it was okay. I just thought it was different. I like different. And
That's the one that had like no dialogue in it, right?
yeah, like 6 words or something throughout the whole thing, 6 lines or 6 words. And also too, I didn't have to pay for it. They sent me a screener. So
There's
I
a
didn't have to
shock.
waste, no more than an hour and a half of my time watching it. But yeah, so he's in a lot of different things, and he's got another thing coming up with Owen Wilson. I thought he was filming a Christmas movie with Schwarzenegger. I mean, the guy is getting around. But again, Dave, you just said it right there. You don't want to give the guy your money if he's going to sit there and preach crap to you.
Yep. Yeah, I think he alienated half of his Reacher audience.
Probably
when he
more
said
than
that.
half.
Yep.
Because
Well,
I heard.
Andy
Oh,
was asking him about the ratings, and it's going to be interesting after eps 1 through 3 that just came out, episodes 1 and 3, 1 through 3.
Yep.
All right, I'm
See if
done
they
watching
drop
it.
or not.
Yeah.
Well, what were you
people
saying,
are-
Dave? I'm sorry, I interrupted you, Dave.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Introduce your friend.
Okay,
People
yeah.
are asking to know who it is.
So
That's just my wife.
his wife's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that Cheryl.
That's
yeah.
Wesson would be
Yes.
your wife, yeah.
Yep. So this is my co-host here, compadre, is Mark Kasella. We are working together on a hams podcast for the collectors and history, that kind of
I mean,
stuff.
Ham's beer.
Hams beer.
Did you bring some with you?
Yeah, if you want some, we
No,
got
you
some.
don't want to give Uncle
I
Tommy
know,
any
I know.
beer.
Yes.
I had to-
Not a good
he asked.
call.
Yep.
He asked it like.
I loved
yeah,
Ham's beer, though. I just loved it.
I thought they stopped making it.
No, they never stopped. It just got really bad and disappeared for a while.
Oh, okay.
Why did they get bad? It was a wonderful beer.
Here's how it kind of went in from this 1860s. It was owned by the Hams family.
right.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Then in 1970 something, mid 70s, Olympia bought it,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and they didn't mess with it too much. But then Pabst bought it from Olympia, and
Okay.
Pabst just whatever was crap in the left in the
Yeah.
vat, that's what went into the cans.
we remember the old Ham's Brewery here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was like, just going by it was a thrill.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it had
really
that
was.
glass elevator.
Yeah, it
that was
did.
like
Yep.
huge.
The rat skeller in the sky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me ask you this. Are you going to have a bunch of cool hams, old ham signs and stuff in the back?
Well, we're gonna do this remote. We're not gonna do it, in a studio of any kind. So it'll probably be I'll be sitting at my bar with my cool ham signs on behind me.
There you
I'll have
go.
some by me.
The land of sky blue waters, baby.
That it is.
So yeah, I think we'll call it Bear Tracks because it's going to be all about the Hams bear and beer and
Cool.
and then tracking the collectors, how they got started, that kind of stuff.
Well,
You
back in the
have-
day,
Sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
no, just back in the day, they used to hire the most brilliant voices to do their commercials. It was unbelievable. This guy's name was Tom something. I don't remember his last name.
Oh, he didn't last long, did he?
You're the one who sang Hams to Be Refreshing?
Hams
Yep.
will be refreshing. Hams.
I
That's
wonder
always
if you
like
have
that,
the Oktoberfest mugs, the brown Oktoberfest mugs.
I've got-
Yes. The 1973 Oktoberfest.
If
Month.
you
Oh
if you
my
have the
God.
1974,
Yes.
that is worth a lot of money,
Or a blank one.
or a blank one.
Oh,
really?
Charlie says he has 3 of the Cinerama's. He's willing to sell a couple of them.
Oh.
What kind of condition are they in, Charlie?
Yeah. Take a picture or send it to the email address. I'll show him to Dave.
There you go.
The
If you'd like.
condition means everything.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, it's
Oh, yeah,
You
it's all
could-
collection.
yeah.
I'm not in any collection game, but there's a video game collecting is a big thing. Trading cards, and the trading cards especially. The difference between one little scratch in the corner and mint condition can be $10,000.
yeah.
It's crazy. I forget where I saw it. They were looking at somebody's old Mickey Mantle rookie.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And it looked fine to me, but to the guy, it was on Antiques Roadshow or something. It was amazing how, we consider this unfair to poor. It's
Yeah.
like, Jesus, it looks fine to me, but I don't know. There are professional grading outfits that will value these things.
Yep.
Antiques Roadshow's a fun show, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
It kind
it's
of
a great
was.
show.
Most of the stuff they find, though, I find boring. But
Yeah.
that's just me. It doesn't, it doesn't interest me much.
This is a teapot that the Queen Elizabeth drank from once. It's like, okay, cool.
Good for her.
And I heard hams somebody described hams to me once, like just he was trying to explain hams to somebody else, and he said it was the Budweiser before Budweiser. They wanted to be everywhere,
that.
and they're just everything that they did was such high quality,
Yep.
technologically advanced. Some of their different, and they wove all that stuff into the fabric of Minnesota and the Midwest, and so much so that people keep coming back for it, and they just love it. It's got has a cult like following.
You know what's so great about that? We were just over at Como Park. I don't know, when was that? 2-3 weeks ago, something like probably about 3
Oh,
weeks.
you mean when we went to the zoo?
Yeah, we went to the
Yeah,
zoo.
that was about 3 weeks ago. I'd
about
say.
3 weeks ago. And I'm just kind of hanging around. The kids are on the rides, and this guy comes over, and he was a listener to the KQ morning show back in the day and all the rest of it. And he said, Tommy, one of these days we have to get together because, I used to hear you talk about hams, and you were the voiceover guy for hams for a long time and all the rest of it. He, to this day, still gets 2 cases of hams every Friday at the end of the workday.
That's awesome.
Well,
2 cases of hams.
That's 60 beers.
Yeah.
230s?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of beers.
Most of it comes in Minnesota in 30 packs.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
so
so great.
Is,
Great value,
is
yeah.
one can like one drink like the equivalent of a shot?
Yeah, it's
Wow,
12
that's a
ounce beer.
whole lot of alcohol.
Yep.
I'm hoping he didn't drink it all himself.
Well, I'm sure that if he's getting 230s, that's his whole week's worth.
Oh, but still,
Oh,
that's
it
like
didn't
8
sound
beers
like
a
it was
day.
a week's worth. It didn't sound like a week's worth to me, I'll tell you.
But
No,
even like just wearing a ham shirt around town, like people will come up to you and go like,
yeah.
like, do they still make it? And, like there was
Yep.
this elderly electrician who was at the VFW in Richfield the other night. And he stopped me and he goes, in the late 70s, we worked on a project at the Hams Brewery for we were there for 2 months, like putting in electrical stuff. And he goes, this one guy once a week would come walking up the train tracks and he would have donuts. So he was coming from like a local bakery. And he would walk into the brewery and he'd walk out with 2 cases of hams every week. And they called him Hollywood. He had glasses on, so that's probably the guy that gets the 30 packs.
Well,
30
it
packs.
could be the same
Yes,
guy,
yes.
who knows?
He was bartering
Yes,
for hams.
yes.
I got to read this part. This segment, these 2 fine gentlemen.
Aww.
Brought to you by Michael Bryant of Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers. Visit MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com to learn more.
Tim, are we holding you up?
No, I just wanted to see Dave a minute and get his viewpoint on episodes 1 to 3. Did you watch those then, or you're not watching?
No, I haven't, and I don't think that I will, Tim. The guy made an ass of all of his
Yeah.
fans, people that watched his show. It's like, screw you,
Well,
buddy.
that's what I said on the previous segment. It's like, it's one thing to say I don't like Trump, but it's another to say that, he's a monster and anyone who voted for him is a moron.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Jesus,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well,
I mean, let's go to the last 2 presidents we've had. We got Donald Trump, who's a weird guy. I mean, I've known Donald Trump for many, many years. I don't talk to him much or anything like that, but you got him. And then his predecessor, who's had some, things going wrong with the health and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
I don't hate either one of them.
no, you would.
Why would I
never-
waste time hating either one of those guys?
Right.
Biden's got some serious stuff going on right now, and I agree
does.
with the guy. Nobody deserves to go through that crap.
I agree,
it's just-
100%.
Basic human decency is all we're asking here. But I will tell you, Dave, the first 3 episodes, there is no difference in terms of, I was telling Tom and Andy, it would be one thing if they started leaning into a particular direction with the show's ideologies and stuff, but it's really the same hard-hitting, bone-crushing stuff that he's always done. And it really did make me forget about his BS a good couple minutes in. It's like, you know what, I just want to be entertained. And
Yeah,
right.
It's working. But, the one thing I was saying before you guys got onto the show here is it's frustrating to me because nobody cares what you think about anything.
Right.
I wouldn't expect anybody to give one rat's ass about what I think about anything. So why do I care about anybody else? But the other thing that is just baffling to me is figuring out why you would firebomb your own career by pissing off half your audience. And that
makes
goes
no
for
sense.
everybody. Even
Yep.
if it were somebody, even like if it was Dennis Quaid, if it were somebody on, that's clearly on the right, and they, were crapping on Democrats, I wouldn't like that either. It just makes no sense. You don't, like Michael Jordan said, Republicans buy tennis shoes. Is that what he said?
Yes, yes.
When they tried to get him to
Yeah.
comment on stuff, he can have his beliefs, and that's fine. I don't care who he votes for or whatever. But he's smart enough to know that this is going to hurt my business model if I do say something.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
I was just going to say, I just really wish that those celebrities would use their celebrity to bring things together, not divide us.
Absolutely, 100%. No question about it.
Holy mother of God.
What?
Joe in the chat. Let me get these numbers correct.
The 18 pack of 25 ounces a
My
day.
brother used to put away 18 25-ounce cans of Red Bull a day.
Red
How
Bull
do you
beer.
not? Red Bull.
Oh,
How do you not have a heart
I
attack
know.
like halfway into that?
Yeah. No kidding.
One 25-ounce can of Red Bull contains about 237 milligrams of caffeine. The FDA's recommended daily limit is 400. So 237 times 18 would be 4,266.
10 times more than he should.
Yeah, I mean, could he like travel back and forth in time when he was
His
done with
brain,
the
he
day?
could, yeah.
Like, jeez.
Jesus.
God, I have
I'll
one of
get out of
those.
the way so you guys can talk about the new podcast. But one thing I wanted to ask is, when you mentioned Olympia, do they still make that?
Yeah.
They
There's
do.
still, isn't there
Oh,
Olympia still
Olympia.
made?
I think they're making vodka now. They have
Oh,
a
they do.
distillery
Oh,
out
they
there,
are,
vodka. But
okay.
unfortunately, the Olympia plant is no more out in Tumwater. And it's taken into, like, there's homeless folks living in there. It's pretty rough, but
yeah.
it would be, I know that they're distilling vodka, so, out there.
I'll close with this one, Timmy, because I've mentioned this before, I think, or maybe I haven't mentioned the whole thing, but a few years ago, it was when Donald Trump was not president. He was president, then he wasn't, and now he is again. So when he wasn't president, I got a call from Donald Trump asking me if I would do this, that, or the other thing. And I'm talking to him on the phone and all the rest of it. And we disconnect. As I'm disconnecting, my phone rings, and it's a guy asking me if I wanted to talk to Jimmy Carter.
No
I mean, I talked to Donald Trump and Jimmy Carter in the same 15, 20 minutes. I admire the hell out of both of them. They agree on nothing. I don't agree with a lot of either one of them, Some of the things I agree with. But what am I supposed to do, hang up the phone on one of them? Really?
No.
With Jimmy
No.
Carter, too, you couldn't find more of a decent human being.
Oh, Jimmy Carter was a great
He
guy.
did.
Although to
He
be
really made his. I mean, he, like a former entertainment reporter on KQ talking about using the whole runway. I mean, Jimmy
Yeah.
Carter
Oh,
really
yeah.
did and did so many great things for people. So again, I look at those sorts of things too. It's about character.
To be
Yeah.
fair, though, you said, what am I supposed to do, hang up on him? Hanging up on a former president is one hell of a power move.
That's a power move right there.
I'm busy. Slam.
Well, a friend of mine, a young lady that I know, is the one who set the whole thing up, and it just. But again, I just do not understand how you can hate someone over their politics.
No, it makes no sense.
I mean, you can dislike their politics, but why would you hate the person?
Well,
And we
look
just,
I want to ask, Tom, you said you adore this person, but you don't agree with anything. Who was that person? We never got
Mike
to.
Gelfand. I love Mike Gelfand. I literally do
But you
love
don't
the
agree
man.
with anything.
I don't agree with anything he has to say, but I love the guy.
he's life serial Mikey all the way.
He won't hear it. He hates everything.
He hates everything. But Gelfand is one of my favorite people. He's a brilliant man, first of all. I don't think Gelfand ever got the credit for being as smart as he is.
Oh yeah.
He's
I mean,
a very
he's a
brilliant-
great writer too, right? He was.
Oh, yeah, absolutely he is.
And
I just, Jesus, do you think anybody will we ever calm down with this? You're over here and I'm over here and there's no middle. It's like, good God.
And we used to debate and like make each one like
Yeah.
try to get somebody else over to our view,
Yeah.
or see
well,
the things
yeah.
our way. But now we just shout at each other.
That's all we do now. And it's just so ridiculous. I hate someone over their politics because they're not changing anything anyway.
No.
Well, you know who is, just from the little bit I gathered from X, formerly Twitter today, was people were going after Pat McAfee
Yeah.
because he attended some sort of Patriot games or something with Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And just because he was there, he wants to promote a healthy lifestyle for kids. That's what Pat McAfee wants to do.
Yeah.
This again, I might be wrong about this. I have to look into it more. But there were videos, and then people were just throwing hate at him because he was in the same video shot as Trump walking to these games. It's like, come on.
Do people realize what hatred does to themselves?
Well,
To hate someone takes a lot of energy, man. I don't have that much energy. I really don't. I don't like some people, but I don't hate them.
Well, you keep asking me back then all the time.
Well, because I want to build my hate bigger. That's what I want to do with you. That's it exactly. I just, has it always been this way? Was it like this 150
No, I
years
I don't
ago?
think so.
No.
I don't think it was.
it wasn't
I
this
really-
way growing up either.
No, it wasn't.
Well,
You
you know
know?
what? I wish people would understand. You're being used.
Yes.
Your hatred. You're being used for your hatred. How
Yep.
can you not see that?
No.
Right?
I don't know when the tide turned, man, but
God.
it might have, honestly, I just think it just went over the freaking top with the pandemic. Is what
Yeah, probably.
the pandemic really changed society a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to think of a president I actually hated. I don't think I have one. I there are some I didn't like, or there are things they do I don't like.
William
But do
H. Taft.
I used to hang out with him.
You're old enough, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh!
150 years old.
Yeah.
No, why do you waste your time hating the president of the United States?
Yeah.
They're only going to be around for 2, 4, maybe 8 years at the most.
Yep.
And both sides mess with oh God, there are things going on.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't like a lot of things, but I would never ever give in to hatred of someone
No.
like that. No way.
Yeah,
don't
again,
you-
I don't have enough time in the day or the energy to do that. I just.
Yep.
So, guys, I'll leave you to talk about your podcast. Good. to
All right,
see
I
you.
hate you.
It was good to see
I
you,
hate
Tim.
you, Tommy.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, I love
See you
you
later,
all.
Timmy.
I love all of you.
I love all of you.
Have a good
Thanks, man.
weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When I was voting in the primary the other day, I literally had a flashback, and I'm like, I wanted to write in Mark Rosen for governor. So
Oh,
what
yeah,
was that,
there you go.
86? That you couldn't do a write-in, but it's kind of like,
Hey, if he got elected, you talking about a guy that would have failed miserably. I mean, let's be honest about it.
Well, his campaign manager was really made it right.
Well, it was true. You're absolutely right about that. But he got 62,000 votes. 62,000 people voted for him.
Yep.
Is it? Look, we got to talk about what your situation is and all that. But I would like to really just say one more time: why would you give all of that energy and time to hate someone you don't even know? Makes no sense to me.
Got nothing better to do with your life.
I guess.
and I think social media gives people a megaphone that
good
they
point.
normally wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Like if
Good
you and I
point.
are at the water cooler or whatever, I'm not going to yell at you for, but it's
Yeah.
like I can sit down in my parents' basement and I can just shout at the world and tell people how angry I am and without
Yeah,
any
it's
recourse.
true. Okay, we'll do the segment with this. Tommy B, you know this. You can't teach stupid.
You can't fix it either,
You can't fix it, I
but you
think,
can give it a court date.
There you go. So what are you guys up to?
So yeah, Mark and we're gonna actually start a podcast. It's kind of funny. I've been thinking about doing this because I mean, how long I've known you now, been part of your show for.
Many years.
It's been on quite a while.
It has.
I wonder when the first time you called in was.
I used to call Tommy when he was on the queue all the time,
Yeah. Yep.
and then when you went to the podcast, I don't think I ever called into the podcast until you started the car selling secrets stuff.
Yeah,
Was that when it was?
Yeah,
That sounds about right, yeah.
and then came in that one time. Doug invited me in. Christ, it's like every other day
Oh, yeah,
since
that's right.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of great stuff. There's no
Yep.
question about that.
But so I'd been thinking about this for a long time, and kind of brought it up to Mark last month, and he's like, "I would love. Let's do it. Let's do this."
Yeah.
Because he's actually kind of been thinking about we should have something like this too, and the whole thing it's not going to be, we're going to have a guest every show, maybe once a month, maybe we do the show type of deal.
All right.
And just we're going to have a collector on. We're going to run some, how they get started. Do they want to talk about their family? Kind of introduce everybody that we can in the group that's to each other, and talk about their collection. What's their crown jewel? What's one that's they're missing,
Right.
that they want to get. What does their family think of all this nutsiness? Kind of the whole gambit from start to finish. And it's going to be remote. I don't know that we're going to do it live, but it'll be.
We could do a couple on locations.
Yeah, you never know.
Good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of just what we finally decided. Well, are we going to actually do this? And decided, yeah, let's do it. And then Andy was kind enough. I threw some questions at him, and he's like, "Yeah, no, we'll help you. We'll get you going." So
Yeah.
you're going to be advertised on.
Yes.
On the Complete Disaster Network is going to be.
No, you're on the
It'll
network.
be our second show.
What a great idea.
We're gonna
Wonderful.
give you guys. You're gonna get sick of hearing your name from us. So
That a-hole Tom, is that what it's going to be?
well,
You know,
I won't say it when I'm not in your presence. I'll say
That's
I'll
true.
say it when I'm
Yeah,
looking you in the
That's
eye,
right.
but I won't say it behind your back.
Mark, do you know my history with cops?
I think go ahead, share with me.
That can mean a lot of things.
Lamont Dean was my mother's cousin, so he was my, second cousin, I guess, or something like that.
Yep.
He was a detective on the Minneapolis Police Department. And I'm 4 years old. We used to live at Spruce Place, downtown Minneapolis. 4 years old. And I'm playing, and he was about your size. This very big guy walks up and he goes, "Kid, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm just playing, sir. That's all I did." He goes, "Where do you live?" I said, "We live in this building." He goes, "Bring me to your apartment right now." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because I came here to visit your mother." So I've had a love for cops from the time I was a little boy. I've always loved cops. They have supported me over the years like they're nobody's business. I just think it's a great idea.
So it's the law enforcement side is going to go away because now it's almost been a year that I've stopped
it's a
carrying a
year
badge.
already?
Yeah,
Oh,
almost.
Well, because you stopped and then you started again, and then
Right.
you stopped.
But now I stopped for good.
So this is the year from when you stopped for good.
Yep.
Because before that, it was like, well, that had to have been 2 years ago, right?
2023 is when I retired
3
from
years
next
ago,
door, and then took a job because I thought I had something to give. Still had something to give.
Yeah.
And it ended up just being that I was spending more time getting caught up on my continuing education than actually doing anything. So
I love our listeners. You do realize I do love you all. You know, Tommy B in the back of a squad car. Thank you.
What would you be like today if you got, as a kid, like a kid today being pulled over, like they won't answer questions, there's
Yeah,
no
that's
respect,
right,
They
right.
just, what's your badge number? It's just, my dad always raised us to have a healthy respect of police officers.
Cops were big in our house.
And I remember being a freshman at Cretan High School in whatever the 80s.
Yeah.
And one of the cops came in and he said, "When I see you at the corner of at Devani's at Cleveland and Grand," he goes, you're guilty until proven innocent." I'm like, wait a minute. I go, okay, which I know that's really not, but that instilled in me, like, all right, just play it straight.
I have never once in my life had a bad incident with a cop. It never happened. So people do, oh, sometimes the cops come down on you and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's your life. I am not going to judge you. It's your life. You've been through what you've been through. Every time I've ever come in contact with a cop, it's always been a very pleasant experience. You know, sometimes they were criticizing what I was doing, but I went, okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
I've never understood, stop putting up Tommy B in the back of squad cars. They can't wait till I go to jail. Yeah, I've never been in jail. Oh, wait a minute, I did bail and jail. I did the jail and bail.
Oh, the jail and bails?
I did jail and bail, so I have been in a cell. That is a fact.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. The cops have been very, very important to me my whole life because first there were some relatives, and secondly, my father was nuts, so we had to have cops around. You know, that's just the way that was.
Yeah.
Didn't mean I didn't love him. I did love my father, but he was way out there. Man, my God. I don't think he loved me back, but
Well,
I guess I don't need
your
to
dad. Your
return.
dad had a different view of the world than
He
we
did indeed. How are the cops doing now? Because there was a period there back in the late '60s, early '70s. It wasn't pretty.
I don't know that it's any better than it was even
Really?
when I just think that it's people have gotten used to it.
Yeah, well, maybe. I like Law and Order personally.
Personally,
I
I
really
do
like
too. I mean, but and I try to teach my driver's ed students too why we come down heavy on a traffic stop.
that. Yeah.
We have to because look at Scott Patrick got killed just because he wore a badge and stopped the car. Dude
Yep.
woke up that morning and decided, I'm going to kill a cop today.
I drive by that spot all the time.
You know?
Yeah. I don't understand that thinking. Why? Because you're authority. That's just it. Because you're authority and they don't like authority. Mm-hmm. Where would the world be without authority? That's what I'd like to know.
Well, we'd all be wearing gray pajamas and slippers and
Well, I
working
will
in
be
a
in another
bicycle.
couple of years anyway.
Well, that's
we'll be someday.
We'll
yeah.
worry about that
Yeah,
when we get there, Tom.
when the time comes. I don't know. It just one of those situations. So, how did you guys end up getting together on this idea?
So a lot of people, when they see us, they think that we're twins. But then I realize they see me as Danny DeVito and him as Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, the Hat Twins.
That's what it is.
So a little bit
Okay.
different.
Oh, man.
So, what did you, Andy? Did you say that Arnold Schwarzenegger is making another movie?
Tim said
Tim
he's
that.
making one with Alan Richardson, but I don't know if that's true.
Really is?
Yep.
The guy cannot act at all.
No, he
None
never
of them
could.
can.
But he's done extremely well for himself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah,
absolutely
he sure
has. I
has.
mean, just seeing him one time,
Oh, yeah.
that guy is huge.
The Man with
Jesus.
the Bag, an upcoming Christmas action comedy. Alan Richardson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Aquafina. Ugh, God.
Aquafina.
Ken
Isn't that
Jeong.
a drink?
It's a comedian
Water.
also.
Water.
She calls herself Aquafina.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't it just mean water?
It sounds horrible.
Were you involved in Jingle All the Way when they shot that here? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a short
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger
because
movie.
KQRS
Arnold
was in that.
Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
KQRS.
Yep.
I think they were the station doing the giveaway for the.
Martin Mull was you.
Yeah, that's right. Mark Mull played me in that movie. That's right. I forgot about that. He never thanked me for it, and other than that.
No, why would he?
Well, it sounds like you guys just looking, to do something and have fun doing it.
It is, and that's what it's all about. And the biggest, like I said, the biggest part was literally because this. How big is the Facebook thing?
Yeah, so my wife and I took over a
Thousands.
Facebook group recently. If she was invited here today, you would never. I'm always her plus one, like where she brings me because she's a sweetheart from Texas, and people invite her and then I go with.
Birch, I got 12 more minutes.
You can't handle
12
it.
more
Come here,
minutes.
come here, puppy.
You can't handle it.
Where is he? Where is he over there?
Birch, come here. Someone.
So yes, so we do one of the pages that we run is Ham's Beer official ambassadors. It's got 26.
Ambassadors, he
Yep.
said, ladies and gentlemen.
HAMM.
Ambassadors.
We rebranded it because we feel that we're all brand ambassadors, not just of the beer, but the culture and that kind of land of sky blue waters. And so we recently rebranded it, and like I said, we've got 26,000 and growing users. We've got a strong Hams community in Minnesota. There's a Hams Beer Club. There's lots of different sites and different ways to get involved. It's a great group of people. And Schlitz, they quit producing Schlitz in May of this year. So a brand that had been around
Really?
forever.
I didn't know that.
And so that, if I could do anything, it's to keep the Hams brand and culture kind of, alive and well, and make sure that that never happens. And what a better person to partner with that, but Dave himself,
Well,
Officer Dave.
just because I'm not afraid to tell somebody you're a crock of shit, but
I gotta mention this quickly, that I had a job back in, I guess I was probably about 18 years old, 17, something like that. My job was, we would call, I can't say the name of the liquor store because it wasn't their fault, it was my fault. I would call the liquor store and go, yes, I have a little party going at the house tonight. Could I get a couple of cases of beer delivered to my house? That'd be great. I said, yes, sir, absolutely. I said, it'll be cash, so, you don't have to worry about that. He goes, oh, that'd be great. So I would go, when the guy pulled up, I would go in the bathroom and turn on the shower, and Tommy O'Brien, who was my brother-in-law, Pat O'Brien's younger son, but Tommy's a really great friend of mine. But he was, not very big at that point. So I'd hear him go, hello, sir, can I help you? Oh, he's in the shower. Hey, Dad, where's the money for the beer? I have to pay the beer delivery guy. Oh, I'll be out No, you know what? I won't be out in a couple minutes. It's right there on the kitchen table. That's how we bought all of our beer, because I had a deep voice when I was very young.
make use of what you got.
Yes.
Exactly right.
I mean, why let a talent God gave you go to waste?
Yeah, absolutely.
People thought I was mom on the phone until I was like 13 or 14. So I could have done it the other way, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. I better take that final break and come back, and we got more to talk about here. I've known Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle a long time. When you deal with North American Banking Company, you know the people running it, and that matters to me. They have a great team of experienced and friendly bankers. That's why I've been a customer for a long time. Go see my friends at North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com/Tom to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Did you know that Minnesota has strict deadlines for filing a personal injury claim? Wait too long and you may miss out. That's why I recommend talking to Bradshaw and Bryant Personal Injury Lawyers at minnesotapersonalinjury.com, 320-259-5414. Even if you're years away from the statute of limitations, memories and evidence have a tendency to fade over time. So contact them today.
There you go.
There we have it.
Got her all caught up.
So how did you guys come up with this idea, working together on this?
Well, it was one of those deals, Tom, where after being, fortunate enough to kind of hang it with you for a while now, it's like, I think we could kind of pull this off. I don't know that I could do it by myself, but I've been watching every interview you've ever given when I was in the room with you, in the studio with you.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think I could do this. And then...
Well, it's all very natural. If you're trying to do it, it's not going to work.
Yep, right.
You're
and
absolutely
that's
right.
what I picked up. And, Giovanni Ribisi, when we interviewed him that day, that was like, wow, I could pull this off. So it kind of started festering way back then. And then...
Mark.
And then we, like I said, I just kind of filed it away because I didn't want to do it by myself, and then was bringing it up last month at a
Over
barbecue.
a couple hams?
Over, a couple.
Really?
A couple 13, 14 hams, yep. And Mark says, yeah, I'll do it with you. So the last month we've been back and forth of what we want to do.
So how do you two know each other?
Through the Hams group.
Yeah.
Literally,
Through the Hams group.
That's
Okay.
how we met, was that. And it's,
Yeah.
Mark has the most talented wife. She makes these color-changing glasses with vinyls that, as the beer gets cold, it'll change the color.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I like that.
so cool. And Mark just comes along and does
I'm
the heavy
overhead.
lifting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sales.
Yeah, I'm sales.
Yeah.
Sales and marketing,
Yes.
yeah. So,
So Hams did a beer glass back in the day, and it was a prototype glass that you poured a cold beer in it. It was like in the maybe late 70s, early 80s. You poured a cold beer in it, and it changed colors. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. So we decided, like, let's research this, figure out if it can be done. And we found out that there's a permanent cold color changing vinyl that you can literally slap on there and it'll change colors. So like we've recreated the Ham's crown on a glass, so you pour a beer in it. If you put it on a stainless steel glass, it literally, because it's such a conductor of cold, the elements, right? So you literally pour it, and as you're pouring it, you can see the label on it change colors as it's filling up. It's the coolest thing. And so
it really is.
And one thing that sort of where Dave stood out, not for he's got a big personality, but just when he would talk about his dad and Ham's and just the family history, like he'd get a little teary-eyed and you'd get a little choked up, and he's super sincere, transparent, and just kind of the guy that you want to partner with on something like this.
Are you going to use the old jingle?
If it's not trademarked, we might try.
Ham's the beer refreshing.
We are trying to create a little jingle leveraging AI. Don't know how anybody feels about AI here, but it is called Raise Your Hams. Like we want to do a toast.
Oh, yeah.
And so it kind of evolved from, Raise Your Hams, which we kind of like Bon Jovi's song, Raise Your Hands.
Right.
So we kind of were doing like a rock anthem arena sound, and it's actually, so we're going to take a bunch of photos from different Hams collectors and people in the community and just do a little video of that. So I think it'll...
That's cool.
When did Hams begin? It was like 1865.
1865.
Yep. There you go.
And
God, isn't that amazing?
Theodore Ham backed somebody else who was the brewer. He backed them financially, and the guy defaulted on the loan, and that's how he ended.
Really?
He wasn't a brewer.
He just know
the guy defaulted on the loan. And
he was a butcher and a saloon owner.
Yep, and took over the brewery, and it blew up.
Hired Jacob Schmidt as his brewmaster.
John Jacob Jingleheimer.
Schmidt.
Okay, we believe that.
And so they really figured out a way to survive through Prohibition in 1919. They figured out that they were going to make near beers and different sodas and to try to survive. I think Minnesota had like 60 breweries going into Prohibition. When it ended in 1933, there were like 6 remaining.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like Schmidt's, Jorg's, like a handful, and they were kind of ready to go because they had still been working and producing products, so they could ramp right back up, and literally took off after that.
So on my birthday in 1933, Prohibition ended. What a shock! I would be born on the anniversary of the end of Prohibition, right? Look.
One thing I got to tell you guys, and I am amazed by it, because when did I stop drinking, Andy? About 20 years ago, something like that?
I was 12 or 13, something like
I
that.
thought it was longer than that.
It only seems longer.
That's what it is. The steps that they've taken forward to non-alcohol beer have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yes.
No alcohol beer is great.
Yes.
I love it.
Heineken does a phenomenal.
You're right.
Yes.
Heineken is
You had like
really
Head
good.
Duels and one other one, right? And they were,
Yeah.
they've come a long way.
They really have, which I think is a really smart move.
Yeah,
That's a very smart move. Well, I buy it. Yep. We have it in the cooler. It tastes as good as any beer I've ever had. There's no alcohol in it, obviously, but it's the taste of the beer from when I was a kid that I really missed.
Yep. When you're having a slice of pizza.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was my dad's whole thing too. Is Dad grew up drinking Ham's beer, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
He grew up in Cable, Wisconsin, and Ham's was his brand from the day he started drinking beer.
Yep.
Probably at 8, but whatever.
8 years old.
And he drank it all the way up until Pabst bought it and changed how it was made, and then he stopped drinking it.
Yeah.
Well, since Molson Coors has come back and made it what it used to be, I'm just sad Dad's not here to have another Ham's.
Why did they change it? Why would they even do that?
They didn't think it was worth their time or effort to do it.
They've got something left over in the vat, and
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It worked for so many years. Why would you change it?
yeah,
That's what
so,
I've never
I don't know.
understood.
And they discontinued Ham Special Light during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
They dropped that, that was a big fan favorite.
God, why? People are sitting at home. They can't go out. Sell them more beer, not less.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why.
I don't get it either. All right, any closing words?
Oh, Andy, can you?
I see. He sent that to.
Did he send it to you too?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's our logo.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, you have a logo.
Well, my man Joe in.
I love that bear.
That
That bear's
man Joe
always
in
been a big
Louisville.
part of it.
Yes. Did you ever meet Bill Stein?
Yeah.
Just amazing artist.
Unbelievable. God, just showing me that picture
Yep.
brings back some really great times and some other times where maybe I had too many.
Overshot the runway. Yeah.
Definitely, Joe. We will use that for sure.
Lars said, "Can you post a link or mention it?" There is no link yet.
Yeah, we haven't actually done an episode yet. The first episode is going to be coming up soon. It's going to be really, really lame because it's going to be about me.
Which is amazing. He's not a collector, but he has all the Ham's history, background.
That'll be our first one, and then we're going to go from there. So, but you'll be able to find it here on Tom's Complete Disaster Network here. So,
And there are some characters we'll be talking to.
Yeah. And thanks again to Andy for helping us get set up and going on it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known where to start. So
You guys worked on it?
yeah, Andy.
He mentioned it in the chat like on Wednesday,
Yeah.
and I was like, "I got an idea." That's all it took.
Andy's not a big drinker. I don't know if people know that.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not going to be on the show.
No, I know, but I mean just to
But
be
he
involved.
got us started using letting us, because we're not going to be that often. It's not like we're going
Yeah.
to take over. We're going to be a monthly thing maybe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so like, why have a subscription to things like the EV mucks that we use?
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to use it once a month, it's not worth your money, really.
Yeah.
So Andy gracious enough to let us hop on and piggyback with you guys.
My prediction that we'll do it once a month will last about 2 weeks.
And it'll be every week.
Every week, I guarantee it, because you'll love doing it. I mean, you will.
Maybe. And then I can retire and just do that.
Yeah, there you go. Hey,
Mark can retire.
In the old days when it's Friday today, it's 3:01 on a Friday, time to have a ham.
Raise your hams.
Raise your hams.
There you go.
Well, come back again soon, because this is a great subject. And when's your first episode, do you think?
Within the next month.
Yeah.
Within the next month.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you go to Facebook, you can follow us at Ham's Beer, official ambassadors. That's the page.
Ambassadors.
Yes.
Don't forget it.
So yeah, and then we'll like I say, you'll be able to find the episodes here on the Complete Disaster Network also. So
And then if you should, the day you do release it, you should come back and do this show that day too. Probably be a great idea.
okay.
It'll be great. Well, thank you for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. I love
It's
that
wonderful.
shirt, by the way.
And this is Dave's favorite shirt that
It
he's
is.
told
I
me
can
before.
understand why it
So
would
when they
be.
brought Ham's Bear back, they brought it back in like the early '80s. Like he, was big in the '40s, '50s. Like kind of they dropped it at some point. And they brought him back in 1980. So.
Yep. The reason I love that shirt so much is I have that poster when I was a teenager on my bedroom wall.
Oh, did you?
So
I had a Daisy Duke poster.
When
in
my
room.
mom passed away, she still had that poster rolled up in the corner.
Oh,
So now it's framed and in my basement.
oh, good. I'm
So
glad that's
even
true.
45 years later, the poster's back up on my wall again.
It's wonderful.
awesome.
That's how life should be.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, we'll come back. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, the audience is building and building and building, so thank you, because I know you have a lot to do with it. Mention it to friends or whatever. You've been doing a lot of that, so we thank you. I don't ever have to get a real job as long as you keep doing that. Right?
Right on.
Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.